Well, I'm in sort of an unusual spot today. Why am I standing behind the Fortus 400mc? Stick around, I'll show you. Welcome to 3D Accuracy, where I'll talk about 3D printing, 3D product design, and 3D injection and die-cast mold design. What I was really hoping to do today was to get this machine running so that I could get the network connected to the printer, get my computer talking to the 3D printer so that I could do some files, send some files. And I can't even turn the machine on. Another problem. So let me show you what that's all about. This 3D printer has an unusual startup sequence. And you have to do everything in a certain order. Okay, first of all, I turn on the three-phase power, turn it on there, let the idler motor across the shop get going. Then I have to flip the circuit breaker underneath here to provide power to the transformer. Then once it has the right 240 volt three-phase signal going to the machine, then there's a switch up underneath that edge there. I have to turn that on, then I have to turn on that circuit breaker, and then this UPS backup system, there's a battery in here, big long battery, that comes on. And at the back, there's a little screen on here, and it tells you whether the load is protected or not, if it's not powered or if it's protected. And what happens is, if it's protected, then this little green light right here, this little green light flashes, blink, 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 and when you push it, the machine boots up. Now, when I pushed it, the green light stayed on, but it just blink, blink, blink more slowly, which turns out to be that the power supply, or the backup power supply, is not protecting the load. So it won't give the signal to the computer here in the machine that it's safe to boot up. So what I have to do is, I've talked to Stratasys, and there was one thing that we could try, just keep turning it on and off and see if you could get it to recycle and get into the right mode. And I must have pressed that little button 30, 40, maybe 50 times, and nothing, didn't work. Now, the positive thing is that the battery has a charge on it. It did charge up properly. And so it's up to 91% charge, state of charge. So that's a good thing. So now what I have to do is I have to disconnect this panel on the back, take it off, slide the power supply out, and back inside, I'll show you here, back inside the machine, there's two power connections. There's one right there, you can see right in the middle of the screen, and then back underneath there, I've got the light, let's see, there, you can see the other one. Back at the other side of the backup battery, there's another black cable, power cable. And what I have to do is unplug both of them and then plug them together into one another. One's a male, one's a female. That will bypass the UPS backup. It'll bypass that, and then that'll tell me at least that the machine will start and that it's okay. Then there's something with the battery in there. So that's what I have to do now, is test that to see that the machine does indeed boot up and everything is fine. We're pretty sure it will, but I have to pull it all out in order to disconnect that, because that one cable is so far back in there, there's no way, I don't think I can reach it. My arms aren't long enough, and I don't think they're going to bend in that direction, even if they were. So we got to slip that out. Now, then I got a couple of options. If there's something wrong with the backup power supply in there, I can attempt to have it fixed, which may or may not be possible. I can replace it, or I can replace it with a standalone one outside the machine, which has a certain amount of appeal because having to go down behind the back of the machine every time I boot it up to turn that thing on and then check the little screen that's in there, the little LED screen, and make sure that it's safe to boot up the machine. Oh, kind of a pain in the you-know-what. And if I had it outside where it was accessible, much nicer setup, much easier to do. So first of all, I'm going to get that out of there, and then we'll see what happens. We'll go from there, one step at a time, and then we'll decide how to proceed once we know what we're dealing with. Okay, so I took the back panel off the machine, and you see here's the UPS backup power supply, and I slid it out of the machine so that I could get in here from this side. And what I did is I disconnected the power cords you see right there in the middle, the two black power cords. One was connected on the far side. You see there's a connection back there towards the back, and the other one was connected up front here in this group, and unplugged those, plug them in together into each other so that we bypass the power supply. So now the trick is, let's turn on the machine, the 3D printer, and see if it boots properly. So here is the sequence. First, we start up the phase converter. Bingo! There we go. You can hear it. It's currently sitting across the room behind this other 3D printer, until which time, as I get it out of the shop, I need to put a hole through the wall and get the wire and everything outside, because I don't like that noise. Okay, so now we'll turn on the circuit breaker, which turns on this transformer so that we have the correct voltage going to the 3D printer. Now we'll come down here and we'll turn on this switch, and we'll turn on this circuit breaker, although this one I don't think is necessary because it controls the backup power supply. Turn this on, and we should have a blinking light. Oh, what do I hear here? A fan came on. Something came on. Yes. What is this? That never happened before. Not sure what that is for, but that turned on. Okay. Now look. Booting. Okay, so let's press the button. When the light flashes, you can turn it on. She boots up the rest of the way. Checking AC board, I/O board, checking headboard, checking model 1, model 2. What the hell was that? What the hell was that? Oh, the light bulb burned out. No, that wasn't it. What the hell was that noise? Alright, have no idea. Auto Home XYZ unlock hood door. Okay, now what I need to do is see. I don't have a vacuum. Still don't have a vacuum. I can tell because I can easily move this. And it should suck it down tight. So there's something with the vacuum going on. We'll deal with that later. Alright, so now we know But what concerns me is that loud pop. I don't know what the hell that was. Alright, let's fire it down. I don't like the sound of that. Jesus. Have no idea what that was. Okay, time to make some phone calls. I hope you really enjoyed this video. If you're ever in need of 3D product design, 3D injection mold design, 3D die-cast mold design, or 3D printed prototypes or production parts, please feel free to contact me. You can find contact information in the video description. I look forward to hearing from you and to being of service to you. Thank you for watching. As always, I appreciate it. See you on 3D Accuracy's next video.